Hello, this is Christina coming to you for my very first recorded class. This is going to be something new for me. We're going to grow together in this. Usually I'm teaching in a studio or private sessions, so yeah, this is going to be a lot very, very different, but good. Different is good. I'm going to make this class really simple, just some simple poses to open up parts of our body. It's a really stressful time right now. Maybe you have tension in your shoulders, maybe you have some tightness in your hips. I know a lot of us maybe are doing a lot of walking, a lot of biking, so just some stretches to kind of open everything up. In yoga, we believe that we have this system of chakras that run up and down our spine, and when a system gets locked, the energy gets locked there. So some of the poses that I'm going to be demonstrating tonight are meant to just help release that energy, release that tension. We're living in a very crazy, crazy time right now, and it's more important than ever that we connect to our breath. We get in these situations and we're tense or we're stressed out, and our breathing becomes shallow and short, when what we really need to do is just slow down and allow our breath to be fluid. The filling up of our lungs, the filling up of our diaphragm, the calming down of our mind. The more that we can control that breath and make it long and make it even, the better it's going to be in controlling how our mind is operating. If you feel like you're on this roller coaster ride or these ping pong balls are just going back and forth, that can be really dangerous, and that can allow us to move from a place of fear or act in a place of fear. And what we really need to do is just slow down, do some poses, connect to breath, connect to source. So with that, let's begin. You're going to be on your mat, or maybe you're just on the floor. Maybe you don't have a yoga mat. That's okay. Just get yourself in a comfortable position. You can sit cross-legged. Your hands on your knees. Palms can be up. Palms can be down. If you're feeling like, yeah, my knees aren't really feeling this today, always an option to extend your legs out in front of you and have your feet flexed, keeping it an active stretch, meaning muscles are working, but we're also lengthening, stretching, strengthening, all that fun stuff. And go ahead and close your eyes and just allow yourself a couple moments to become grounded. Maybe you're having a hard time with your hands here. Maybe you need to ground yourself a little bit more. And if you need that, put your hands down, palms down on the side of you. And just begin to bring your awareness to your breath. We're going to let go of our day. We're going to let go of the news. We're going to let go of the good. We're going to let go of the bad. And we're going to allow ourselves to be in this present moment, here and now. This is your time. Time to focus on you. Time to connect to you. What do you need? We're going to take some deep breaths together. So exhale, push everything out through your mouth. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale, push everything out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Push everything out. One more time, breath in through your nose. Hold it. Exhale, push everything out. Keeping your eyes closed, just come back to your breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your rib cage as your lungs fill up. The release of stress and tension on your exhale. Allowing yourself to trust that you are going to get exactly what you need from this practice. You are exactly where you need to be. And slowly blink your eyes open. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, sitting tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes still closed. Coming into this moment with gratitude. Coming into this moment with pure love. Love for self. Love for others. Gratitude for life. Gratitude for your breath. And slowly blink your eyes open. Release your hands. We're going to make our way to a tabletop position. You're going to come onto your hands and knees. Hands are going to be underneath your shoulders, knees. On your mat. Relax your toes. Looking at the top of your mat. And we're going to flow into some cat-cows. Inhale to lift your chin. On your exhale, tuck your chin and round your spine. Slight bend in your elbows as you come up. Maybe you'll hold it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck your chin and round your spine. We're going to continue with this movement. Move on your breath at your pace. And close your eyes as we link our breath to movement here. Feeling our spine release. Those muscles around there just relax. Maybe you've been sitting a lot. Letting everything be loose. And a couple more rounds through on your breath. And come back to a neutral spine. We're going to shift our hips back into child's pose. So your toes touch, knees go wide. They can be as wide as the mat. Your arms are going to outstretch forward. And just allow your forehead to come down to your mat. Maybe a slight bend in your elbows. Relaxing your shoulders. And just sit here and breathe. In this pose, just feel the rise and fall of your stomach. Allowing yourself to be grounded, connected to the earth. Breathing into your hips, allowing them to open. from child's pose, we're going to come back forward into that tabletop position, stacking our joints here. You're going to take your left leg back. Your toes are going to stay connected to the ground, and energy is going to be shooting out through your heel. Toes stay connected. Just stretch out your calf, looking at the top of your mat. Abs are pulled in. Your abs can be really lazy and they want to relax. So throughout your practice, always check in, engage your core. From here, begin to lift your left leg off the ground. Your toes are going to stay flexed. Still looking at the top of your mat, core is engaged. Extend your right arm out, thumb up. Hold. Release your hand, release your knee. Extend your right leg back this time. Toes stay connected to your mat. Energy shooting out through your heel. Core is engaged, looking at the top of your mat. Stretch out your calf. And start to bring your awareness back to your breath. What is it doing? Are you holding your breath? Make it fluid. Think of your breath as these waves as you go through your practice. One's just rolling right into the next. Go ahead and lift your right leg. Toes stay pointed down. Abs are engaged. Extend your left arm out, thumb up. Reach. Hold. Release your hand. Release your knee. We're going to come back to that child's pose. This time we're going to keep your knees together. And maybe it'll feel comfortable to have your arms at your side. Forehead to your mat. Letting everything stretch, letting everything release. And come back up. Sitting in hero's pose. Hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. Sitting tall. Core engaged. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. And connect your hands back to your mat. You're going to tuck your toes under. From here, you're going to lift your hips. As you lift your hips, walk your hands and feet to the center of your mat. Finding ragdoll pose. Really a nice deep bend in your knees if you're feeling any tension back here. I like to call these the safety net of our legs or hamstrings. They want to be really tight. They're just trying to protect your back. Let them release. Deep bend if you need it. Just let your stomach rest on your thighs. You can release your hands down to the ground or you can hang onto your elbows. Really want to tuck your chin. Letting your neck release. And relax. If you have the flexibility, you can begin to straighten your legs more. And tuck your chin. And maybe you'll sway side to side. Maybe you'll find stillness. And release your hands down to your mat. And just begin to walk your hands over to the right. And hold it here and breathe, stretching out our side body. And come back to center. Walk it over to the left. Hold. And come back to center. And now we're going to roll up. So gradually, vertebrae by vertebrae, allow yourself to roll up. Into a standing position. And bring your feet together, standing tall, arms at your sides. Roll your shoulders up and back. Mountain pose. Maybe you'll feel yourself kind of wobble back and forth. Just allow yourself to feel it. Coming into this moment with pure love for self. Pure love for self, which leads to pure love for others. Understanding that yoga is a practice. We don't come to our practice, we don't come to our mat seeking perfection. We come to our mat knowing that we are not perfect, but we're trying. On your inhale, your arms are going to sweep up. On your exhale, your right arm goes down. Reach up and then over. And chin off your chest. Relax your shoulders. Hips are forward. Those low abs, your abs are engaged here. Their pelvis is coming forward. With each exhale, can you sink a little bit lower? Inhale, both arms up to center. On your exhale, left arm drops down. Lengthen on your inhale, and on your exhale, find a deep bend. And chin off your chest. What is your pelvis doing here? Tuck it in, abs engaged. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, sweep both arms back to center. We're going to set up for a back bend here. Maybe you'll goalpost your arms. Maybe you'll bring your hands to your low back. Shoulders back, lifting up. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, come back into your back bend. Doesn't have to be very deep. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. Deep breath in. And exhale it out. Inhale, sweep your arms up. We're going to set up for what is called eagle pose. On your exhale, your right arm goes underneath your left. Maybe your hands will fit like this. They'll come together. Maybe there's too much tension in your shoulders, so you can just feel free to give yourself a little hug right here, whatever feels comfortable in your body. You're going to lift your right leg high and cross it over. Eagle's pose, sit down low. And breathe here. Maybe you'll feel a little bit wobbly. Maybe the carpet is just playing with your balance. Really allowing yourself to keep yourself in this present moment. No judgment. Always an option to put your toes down. They can stay at the side. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, release. float your arms down. Let it go. Take a deep breath in. Those arms come up on that breath. Going back into that eagle on the other side. Left arm goes underneath the right. Finding eagle arms. Maybe they look like this. Again, giving yourself a hug if there's any tension in your shoulders. Left leg is going to lift this time. Lift it high. Cross it over. Sink down low. Breathe and hold. Maybe your toes are going to help you keep your balance today. They can be light right on the mat. Maybe your foot will be to the side. Maybe it'll even be behind that shin. But bring everything to center and bring everything down. Focus on your breath. Allow it to calm your mind. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, release. And float your arms to your side. And let it go. We're going to come into chair pose, but we're going to bring our hands to heart center. You're going to bring your feet together. Your weight is going to go into your heels as you sit back into a chair. I'm going to turn to my side, being really careful of our back. If you feel, it's literally like you're sitting in a chair. So have those weight into your heels. Engage your core, which is going to just slightly tip your pelvis forward. Find a focal point that's not moving. A drishti is what we would call it. And take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, sink down into your chair pose and just hold. Breathing into your legs. They're very powerful, your legs are. They may tell you a different story. But that's just what it is. It's just a story. Sink a little bit lower if you can. If it feels uncomfortable, take it to your level. What do you need to do? Sometimes we need to back out. Sometimes we need to go deeper. What do you need? Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to forward fold. Separate your feet about 2 fists apart. So go ahead and make a fist and put them in between there to get an idea of what that looks like. You're going to slide your hands underneath your feet, toes to your wrist. Inhale to lengthen. And on your exhale, bend your elbows, forehead comes to your knees, gorilla pose. Release your hands. You're going to inhale, lengthen to a flat back. You're going to take your left hand, it's going to come underneath your nose. Maybe you'll tent up your fingers, maybe your palm will come down, and your right arm is going to sweep up. See if you can keep your hips forward, level. Just getting a slight twist here. Release your right arm down. We're just going to switch your hands here. So your right hand is going to come to the center. Inhale, your left arm goes up. Slight twist. Release your arm back down. And now slowly begin to roll up. Head will be last. Roll out your shoulders. Bring your feet together, stand tall. Mountain pose. We're going to take one last standing pose before we make our way onto the ground. Tree pose. We're going to do tree pose on your right. Your hands come to heart center. Your right foot can come to your ankle and can come up to your shin, or if you have the flexibility, it can come up above your knee, just not on your knee. My pants are kind of slick, so I'm going to go down to my shin here. And press your palms together, close your eyes. Allowing yourself to stay present in this moment. Offering up gratitude for your life. Allowing yourself to love yourself a little bit more. Allowing yourself to be open and vulnerable and seeing the beauty and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Release. And taking tree pose on the other side. Your left foot can come to your ankle. And come to that shin on the side of your shin. Or above your knee. And just not on your knee. Hands stay in heart center. Offering out the gratitude and love that we have for ourselves, and offer it out to anyone who's in need. For when you give, you receive. Release. We're going to make our way down onto our mats. And slowly, mindfully, we're going to come to a straddle position with our legs. So your legs extend out. Your toes will be flexed, that flex position with your foot. Your hands are connected to the earth. You might laugh and say it's my carpet or my mat, but we say earth. And take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, you're going to just slowly walk yourself out. Just until you feel a really nice stretch. And then just stay there. And breathe into it. The more we can breathe into our muscles, the more we're going to allow them to relax. We have a bunch of safeguards in our body. A lot of it's our mind. So we have to learn to calm it down. It's okay. You can take a break right now. My breath. We got this. Maybe you'll walk out a little bit more. Keep connecting to that breath. If you find your mind wandering, just bring it back to this moment. And slowly walk yourselves back up. And bring your legs together. You're going to have your soles of your feet together. Knees are going to go wide. Grabbing onto your toes, lengthen and lift. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, bend from your elbows. Come forward, tuck your chin. A lot of the times we can hold stress, tension in our neck, in our shoulders, but we also have the ability to hold it in our hips. A lot of energy can get locked here, so we open them up, stretch them out, breathe into it. The more we can breathe, the more we can relax. We're sending these messages to our nervous system that this fight or flight response that we have to things sometimes, we just have to breathe into it and just really kind of shake ourselves. What's happening here? The mind is such a powerful tool. We really need to learn to kind of rein it in sometimes. Go ahead and we're going to come down onto our backs on our mat. I'm going to continue stretching out our hips. You're going to take your right ankle to your left knee. Maybe this is it. This is where you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm really good just holding this pose. Totally fine. Keep it right there. If you need a little bit more, you can grab onto that left leg, right behind the left leg. Don't force it. Just pull it in. Allow your shoulders to be relaxed down on the mat. Your feet are flexed. Stretching out our right hip. Supine pigeon. Go ahead and release. We're going to take that same opening on the other side. So your left ankle is going to come to your right knee. Again, maybe this is where you are today. Totally fine. If you need a little bit more, grab onto that right leg, pull it in. Feet still are flexed. And breathe here. And shoulders are relaxed. Release. Extend your arms up to the side like a T. You're going to bring your feet out the width of your mat. If you don't have a mat, it's just going to be just about a little wider than hip width apart. And you're just going to drop both knees to the left. Your shoulders stay connected. Your right hip might come off the ground. That's okay. Just a gentle twist. And bring your knees back to center. We're going to go ahead and drop them to the right. Letting that left hip might come off the mat there. Bring both knees back to center. We're going to wrap ourselves into a really tiny ball. So bring your knees in. Shoulders off the mat. Wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe your forehead will even come to your knees. Hold here. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, release into your final Shavasana. Take up space. Legs extend out, arms out at your side like a T. Maybe you need to make some subtle movements just to get yourself really comfortable And then once you get there, just find stillness. Your eyes are closed. Allow your feet to be open. Allow yourself to feel heavy on your mat. Our lives right now are ever changing, and we find ourselves connected to the news, connected to Facebook. And sometimes we can find ourselves operating from a place of fear or concern. We're concerned about loved ones. We're concerned about where's our money going to come from? How am I going to get my food? It can cause stress in the body. It can cause anxiety in the body, which allows you to be pulled further away from you, from your breath and from source. So we come to our mat and we allow ourselves to be in the present moment. Sometimes Shavasana can be the hardest position of a practice because it's asking you to be still, to be silent. But it's in this silence where the growth happens, where we can truly listen and allow ourselves to be open. We are going to begin to bring our awareness back to the room. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Maybe you'll move your head side to side. And begin to shift yourself to either your right or your left side. And give yourself a moment here. And when you're ready, begin to push yourselves back up into a seated position. Ending our practice where we started it. One hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, eyes closed. Having gratitude for your life. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free. And offering that prayer to a loved one. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be free. And offering up that prayer to someone that you don't see eye to eye with, that you don't get along with. that can be difficult to handle. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be free. Eyes closed, bringing your hands to heart center. Thank you for coming to this practice. For taking the time to do something so good for your body, mind, and spirit. The breath is there when you need it. So much love, so much peace that I'm sending out to you. Namaste.